Yo people, well, new day, new adventure. Here we are in Plav, Montenegro, right up here in the mountains. Yesterday we were hiking around up there. We actually did cross the Albania border. If you haven't seen that adventure, I'll link it up in the corner. But of course, crossing up in the mountains, you don't get that stamp in the passport. So today we're gonna drive across the border. We're heading to a little city called Shkodër. I think in Albanian it might be Skadar, and I'm hoping, we'll see. There's supposed to be this really gorgeous ferry that we can take up into the mountains. We'll hike between a few towns up on the peaks of the Balkans Trail again. Big question mark is I don't know if the ferry takes dogs. So I have a couple alternative plans and we'll see how it's all gonna work out. With all that said, let's hop into the car, leave this beautiful place, Plav, Montenegro, and head out towards Albania. So we're driving south from Plav to the little border crossing just south of Gušinje, and driving in this area is so beautiful. In general, driving in Montenegro, you really cannot go wrong. It is definitely a country that if you have the time, I full recommend just rent a car and drive around. Pick a goal, a national park, an archaeological site, a monastery, and driving there will blow your mind. It's such a pretty, dense little country. Pulling into this border, you can see this is a little tiny border crossing, and I was denied. Oh man, so I didn't even think about this, but I do remember when we imported our car into Serbia that we had the discussion with a person about how if we drive into certain countries in the Balkans, we have to add car insurance. Well, I totally forgot. So they turned me around at the border. I'm back here in a little town near the border in Montenegro. It's a really cute little town. Gonna walk around Lily a little bit. I sent out a couple messages and I'm hoping to hear back from people and be able to add the insurance and still head to Albania today. But I'm also thinking about what we might do instead if we don't hear back. The catch on it is Saturday. So yeah, we'll see if we can figure this out today or if we have to change our plans. And plans have super changed, but that's all right. I figured it out and this is gonna be awesome. The main border crossing from Montenegro to Albania is just outside of the capital of Montenegro, Podgorica. So we're gonna head down that direction. I found a little camping spot like up in the mountains above Podgorica. It looks like it's gonna be super beautiful. And bonus, on the way we're passing Ostrog Monastery. It's about an hour out of the way, like half an hour each direction. But in the comments on my other videos, it's you guys that told me this is probably the prettiest monastery in Montenegro. I honestly have absolutely no idea what I'm stepping into, and so I'm super excited to go up and check it out. I guess all in all, another day stuck in Montenegro, not so bad. Man, I love these little one-lane highways. They wind through the mountains and farmland in Montenegro. It's so pretty. The highways often have these tall bridges and tunnels. You just can't go wrong. Driving in this country is incredible. Ostrog Monastery. It's like way up in the rocks, so I drove like I don't know, up 1,000, no, probably up 30 switchbacks to get up to this parking lot. It's the highest parking lot that I'm allowed to park at, not being disabled. The question mark is when I get up there, is there a place to tie up Lily? So I'm hoping we get to go in and see Ostrog Monastery. It looks fantastic, way up in the rocks on a cliff. Let's go check it out. So this is what the stairs up to the monastery look like. I drove up to the highest point that I could, but there are a lot of people that seems like that just choose to park at the very bottom because it's kind of like a pilgrimage. So they make it like a little bit of a meditative climb coming up the stairs. A lot of people are coming up barefoot. It's really cool. Like before you even get to the monastery, it already adds this kind of air of like meditative reflection. And then when you get up to the monastery, there are all of these people that are just camped out. I have no idea what's going on here. Maybe someone that knows will put it in the comments for us. Thankfully, I went back down the stairs just a moment and I was able to find a place to tie up Lily. This is definitely one of the more impressive places I've ever seen for a monastery. We'll see. I think probably there's no cameras allowed inside. There's a lot of people here. So we're gonna see what we can do. A lot of people had their cameras out, so I just tried to be super discreet, and because of that, I screwed it up and had the time-lapse function on. So this video is super choppy, but this monastery is beautiful, so I just want to show it. Here's that mural that now I've seen is so common in Orthodox monasteries, where Jesus Christ is saving people from beyond death. So you can see below, he's conquered the doors of death, and he's taking the wrists of all of the saints from the past and pulling them back up into life. This mosaic is so beautiful, just the way that it's like put into the cliff face, it's awesome. Right next to it is this beautiful mosaic of these 3 angels around a table. I have no idea what the story is, but again, maybe someone will be able to put it in the comments for us. And of course, there's saints and figures from church history all over the corners of this church. These stairs are beautiful. In a few days when I get to Lake Ohrid, I see some other cave churches that are equally impressive, but nothing near as big, and certainly not built up into a cliff face the way this is. It's so beautiful. And now as we get to the bottom floor, you can see where like the church proper has these bright colors, the blues and the golds. I really love it. Again, I was just trying to be respectful, so I just kind of like moved through it really quickly, trying to be discreet. And then as you enter and exit, there's these 3 big mosaics above of Jesus, Mother Mary, and John the Baptist. Really beautiful place, such a wonderful experience. That was wonderful. Coming to these Orthodox monasteries and churches is brand new things for me after moving to this region. I've come to absolutely love it. It's the mosaics and the Bible stories and the way that the truth is conveyed. But more than that, it's also just the feeling of reverence and tradition you get in places like this. It was a little bit hard to get footage in this place because there were so many people and it's such a worshipful atmosphere. And I know technically you're not supposed to have cameras, but also everyone has their phones out taking pictures, even taking pictures with the priest. Really incredible place. And I'm really glad that I came a little bit out of my way and was able to make a day for something like this. Super awesome. But next we're onward to camp in a place like in the kind of the coastal mountain range here in Montenegro. I think I found a really money spot to stay tonight. So it's gonna be super fun. Let's go see what hikes are in the area and what we can get up to. I know I just keep ranting and raving about the driving in this country, but it's so incredible. You can see here how clean and nice the roads are, and they're beautiful. Like they all just wind through these mountainy areas. In a lot of places you get these massive views over the coast or over some lakes. So awesome, and it is definitely the way to see Montenegro. All right, people, we got one more obstacle for today. This is troubling. Our turnoff to get to camp is about 400 meters up that direction, but there's an accident up there, so who knows how long we're gonna be here. And if we were going to the next big city, which is Budva, we could just go back and go around, but we're literally 400 meters away from the turnoff and then maybe 3 kilometers to camp, so hopefully they get it cleaned up quick. Unfortunately, we were stuck there long enough that we didn't have time to get up to another hike or to go see the caves that are right nearby, but that's alright. This has been the most beautiful day of Misfortune. It's hard to believe how beautiful this has been, considering this is a day that I just didn't plan on. It was like just last minute getting denied a border crossing for the first time in my life. Well, in the end, the traffic jam only held us up for about an hour, and it's not bad. This is super worth it. This place is absolutely gorgeous. It's up by the Lipa Cave, so I'll have to check that out. But you can see there's some kind of civilization down there. It all looks like this really just beautiful wide open view. So I'm pretty excited now to go see what the campsite's like. Not a bad way to end a whole day of fiascos, and I'll tell you more about it later. I've heard back from a buddy. I think I just got the wrong border guard in Albania. In retrospect now, he was super nice, but I think maybe he was looking for a bribe or something. I guess in the end, I'm glad I didn't try to bribe him. That's not my style. So Here we are still in Montenegro, not regretting it at all. This view does not get old. It's such a fantastic place to have dinner. And look at this spread the campsite brought out for me. All of these rostili meats, like grilled meats, fresh cheese, some fresh bread. And honestly, I was a little afraid that I was gonna drop the plates off the edge of this cliff. And as night falls, all the lights come on in these little homes, and then you can see the cars passing on the highway with their headlights. It's like the view completely evolves, but it's so, so beautiful. Well, it really sucks. We got basically stopped for an entire day because we were stopped at the border, but no complaints when you end up in a place like this. So, so pretty. Out there you can see the sea right here in Montenegro. I love it. This topography never gets old. But it's interesting. I was talking to a buddy, or messaging with a buddy last night, and I have everything I need to legally cross that border. So I don't know what the border guard was doing turning me back. He is right. When I go into North Macedonia, I need to add some insurance. He was telling me when he crossed, you can just buy it at the border. So a little bit frustrating, but also a little bit serendipitous. I wouldn't have gotten to go to see that monastery yesterday. I mean, I guess I wouldn't have been stopped in traffic, but even that place to be stopped in traffic was pretty. I mean, actually, it's the highway right on that mountain over there is where I was stopped. So all in all, not so bad. But today, let's make another go at the Albanian border. This is the main border crossing. We're gonna go across Podgorica, which is the capital of Montenegro, and on over to the main border crossing into Albania. So hopefully it works out. Tonight we should be in Shkodër, and then headed back up into the mountains. This border crossing is beautiful because you get all of these wide open views over the top of Lake Shkodër. I didn't realize how much topography there is in this area. It makes sense. What they call the Albanian Alps are pretty close by. In the guidebooks, I'd always seen them referred to as the Accursed Mountains. Either way, I'm super stoked to make it out there. It's going to be really, really beautiful, assuming we can get across this border. So let's see how it goes. All right, well, made it into Albania. The border guard at the main border crossing close to Podgorica did not care at all. It was like 60 seconds at the border. She scans my passport and done. She says, have a good day, goodbye. Either way, I'm just glad to be here. Finally made it here. Not a bad day considering all my plans were waylaid yesterday, but we're back to the plan. So tomorrow we're headed up to the mountains in Albania, the Accursed Mountains between Valbona and Theth. It's gonna be gorgeous. I'm so excited for it. And if I finish that video, it should be hooked up on the screen right here. It's gonna be super gorgeous, so check it out.